Good morning. Hey, I want to talk about fasting and water retention and how it affects us. So, fasting is a buzzword that I run into a lot. And, you know, my I tell everybody my grandparents did fasting. They had breakfast, took lunch with them to the factory, and had dinner on the table when they got home. Um, so, it's become a buzzword, but it's also become an excuse to eat at the wrong times. So we have people that, skip meals because they say they're fasting. And fasting can cause cortisol increases, which can cause loss of muscle mass and increase in body fat percentages. So fasting is something we want to be cautious with. So there's several types of fasting. The ones that I work with and recommend. Overnight fasting. That's literally we eat our dinner and we don't eat until breakfast. That's normal. That's what my grandparents did and great grandparents and so on. We also see the 16-8 fasting. That's where we eat during an 8-hour period and fast for a 16-hour period. For example, if I get up at 8 and have my breakfast at 8 and I have my last meal at 4, that would be a 16-8 fasting, but I would not eat beyond 4 o'clock. Again, skipping dinner, skipping late night meals. Overnight fasting. That is where our greatest successes come through. I'm going to tell you more about why. We also see the 14-10 fasting, where I eat in a 10-hour window, say 8 to 6, and fast for 14 hours. Again, best thing is to fast overnight. What I run into is people skipping breakfast and then eating late at night and call it fasting is a reason. We don't want to fast in the morning. We need that fuel to fuel our body, to fuel our day, to fuel our success. So when we skip breakfasts, we increase cortisol, we preserve body fat, we shrink away muscle. So the scale may change, but not necessarily in the best way. It's also very important that when we do any lifestyle, whether it's a 16-8, a 14-10, a 12-12, whatever it may be, that we get the proper amount of calories and map out and plan out the proper amount of calories in that period. If we do not, let's say I'm on a 14-10 and my last meal is supposed to be at 5 o'clock. If I did not consume enough calories during that 10-hour eating period, I'm going to be hungry, which is going to lead me to end up eating late in the evening, which is my issue. Now, fasting can burn calories during the fast. There's no denying that. It can stabilize blood insulin levels. It can help with brain health. It can help with heart health. But again, timing is very important. We have to get the proper amount of calories in our eating window. Autophagy and fasting, which is a big part of why I recommend the overnight fast. Okay. This is a natural self preservation mechanism whereby the body removes damaged or dysfunctional parts of a cell and recycles those parts towards cellular repair. So when we eat late at night, our body is focused on digesting and using or storing those late night calories, those late afternoon calories. Where when we have this overnight fast, when we don't eat late at night, we allow our body to focus on repair, which leads to better sleep, better metabolism, and better results. But allowing that time to repair is important. If I eat at 9 o'clock at night, whether it be drinking, alcohol, eating, my body has got to metabolize what I consumed. And when it's focused on metabolizing that, it's not going to focus on repair. Glucose and glycogen. So I talk a lot about fasting. I talk a lot about low carb diets and keto diets. Okay. Our body stores glucose and glycogen in muscles for energy. And each glycogen molecule bonds with 3 water molecules. So for every gram of glycogen stored by muscle, I'm going to store 3 grams of water. When the body breaks down the glycogen for energy, it releases the bound water. So if I eat a bunch of sugar, my body says, hey, I don't need it. I'm going to store it. My body's glycogen. It's going to bond with water. I'm going to bloat. Also, when we're on a low carb program and we're not storing this water, the effects of alcohol could be much greater because we're not storing as much water in our body. And alcohol as a diuretic will actually make us dehydrate quicker and the effects of the alcohol are felt much quicker. So this is kind of a little background on fasting and glucose.